Good morning. Okay, today I wanted to talk about a few things. So I found out that I have hypothyroidism. Super fun. I actually was kind of annoyed because I've always been in pretty good shape. Before I got into real estate, I was a personal trainer. I was in the gym all the time. And I noticed the last few years, I would say the last 2 years probably, I gained a lot of weight. And I thought it was like the marriage weight, the relationship weight, that kind of thing. And it just kind of didn't make sense because my husband and I, we were like, okay, we're gonna get back into shape, we're doing this together, blah, blah, blah. And he was losing all the weight, of course, as men do.
Okay. Okay.
And I just felt really stuck, and I was frustrated because I know what to do in the gym. I was giving myself really hard workouts. I was monitoring my water intake. I did not get a lot of sleep. I know that was an issue too. So I don't know, I was just really frustrated with that. So I ended up going to the doctor. Turns out my TSH levels were way too high, and I have been taking Synthroid for the last, today's the 29th day. I'm gonna go in for blood work today. But if you have any symptoms whatsoever related, or to me, I didn't even think that this could be health related, which is so dumb because I should have thought that. I should have gone in for blood work a long time ago because I was so tired all the time. I would wake up in the morning and I was just dead. I felt like I didn't have any sleep whatsoever. I really just felt like a zombie. And I was like, oh my gosh, there's something wrong with me. Maybe I'm pushing myself too hard in the gym, or I don't know what it is. Thank God I have an answer, and I'm just trying to figure out what medicine dosage I need at this point. So through my 29 days, my first week, I was feeling super, super, super tired. I don't know if it was more of like a mental exhaustion, like thank God I have an answer to why I feel like this, or more of a, okay, now I get to feel sorry for myself for a little bit. But it definitely kicked my butt the first week. It's very possible that my chemistry was trying to recorrect itself. But those are my symptoms. I was really, really tired. I didn't really notice any type of change in my weight. I did, however, notice I was super thirsty, which is a good thing because we need to drink a lot of water anyways. So I was okay with that, but I was drinking water like crazy. So those are my two biggest things being on this medicine. And is Georgia calling? They want me. Okay, actually it's like a whole bunch of insurance calls. So if you are self-employed, or if you're a realtor, you're probably getting 1,000,001 people calling to change your health insurance. But always be nice to the people. So I don't care what kind of telemarketer is out there. I'm always nice to them. I always say, please remove me from your list, or if there's a button, do not call list, just add yourself to that. There's absolutely no reason to be ugly to someone who calls you. That is a cold call. That's just their job, and that's how they make money. Everybody makes money a different way. It doesn't mean they're a slimy person just because they call you on the phone. Some people are very nice, and some people do suck. Some people I'm like, wait, you're calling me, why are you being rude to me? I don't know, very weird, very, very weird. I've definitely had, actually yesterday, a guy was arguing with me because he was trying to get me, I know this is right off topic, he was trying to get me to pay for advertising in a magazine in San Antonio. And if you do that, that's great. That is 100% what is beautiful about this business. You don't have to advertise a certain way or market a certain way. You actually get to choose whatever the heck you want to do, whatever works for you. So for me, I don't personally advertise in magazines. I don't pay for that because my money goes to something else. And I'm very methodical about where my money goes in my business. If you've read The Millionaire Real Estate Agent, there's a chapter in there talking about red light, green light. And I so believe in red light, green light. Don't spend more than what you're already making. Anyways, so this man was trying to get me to pay for advertising this magazine, right? And I just said, no, thank you. I'm not interested. And he says, well, why? Very confused. And that's fine. That's fine. And so I was just like, well, to be perfectly honest, that's just not where I get my business from. I've built my book of business in other ways. And he was trying to correct me and argue with me. And I was like, sir, you don't need to argue with me because this is just how I live my life in my real estate business.
You suck.
Okay, back to the actual subject. So, dealing with hypothyroidism really sucks, and I have just felt so dead tired, like I don't have enough energy for my business. And if you know me, I am like the Energizer Bunny. I love working. I'm a workaholic. I love just getting myself busy everywhere, and I was just so tired. I would maybe have like energy for 2 or 3 hours of working, and then after that I was like, okay, is it time for a nap? And it would be like 1 o'clock. So I was like, yeah, something's got to change. So hopefully this medicine is doing that. I will keep you guys updated. Hopefully I find out some good news today. Lately I felt a little bit more energy. My mornings are still pretty rough. So what I have done to supplement my Synthroid, I'm very all about vitamins and putting, you know, good stuff in your body. So I've been very in tune with my nutrition. My breakfast has been like smoothie bowls. I've been having a lot of high protein in my diet as well. And I have added B12 liquid drops in like this little container I got at a health food store because B12 is natural energy, just vitamins. And then I have multivitamin that's liquid as well. I've chosen liquid because it's actually your small intestine has a higher absorption rate with liquid rather than pill or any other form or gummies. So I've chosen the liquid so I can get as many vitamins as possible. And then I also take, as far as supplements go, I take L-carnitine. And that is just an amino that helps transport fat because I'm trying to get rid of this hypothyroidism weight. It's rough. So keep you guys updated. As far as weight change goes, I have lost a little bit of weight. I know that a lot of that is due to just being more active and being more conscientious of what is going on with my body. So I can't just chalk it up to Synthroid. Synthroid is not a weight loss medicine. It is purely for your thyroid to get your levels and your hormones back on track. So there is nothing that beats good nutrition and exercise. So sorry if you were just counting on that, but don't just count on a magic pill. Okay, so now I want to talk about actually how to change. Because of all these changes that have been happening to me in my personal life, I have all these huge goals for the year for my business, and it's been so hard for me to get going with it because I've just felt so dead tired. So if you're feeling a little bit like that, or if you're feeling overwhelmed, or you're not really sure where to start because you have this big massive goal and you don't know where's step one. So really step one is changing yourself, changing a daily habit, changing a routine. So I have 5 tips on how to change, essentially. So the first one, we're gonna talk about it, is admitting it to yourself. Admitting to yourself that you need to change. There's something that you're doing that's just not right, that you need to change. Possibly you were in self-denial before. Now it's time to get out of self-denial and into admittance phase. Once you admit it to yourself, it's out in the open, whatever it is. Whether it's a goal, whether you're not happy about something in your life. Step 1, admit it. Step 2, commit to change. That is the biggest word that people have the biggest problem with, because committing to something, for some reason, everyone thinks that, oh, I'm going to commit for a week and then I'll be good. No. So statistically speaking, they say it takes an average of 26 to 30 days for something to form into a habit. So in order to change, you have to repeatedly do something, commit to that change, at least for 30 days until it becomes an actual habit. Really, this is the biggest piece of the puzzle, and if you don't get to this part, this stage, this step, then it's not going to happen. You're not going to change. If you don't commit in the beginning to yourself, to your spouse, to whoever, if you don't commit to whatever it is, you will never change. You will stay the same your whole life. Okay, step 3. After you've commit, step 3. You're going to take uncomfortable action. Let's be real. Doing something that you're not used to is uncomfortable, and it's scary, and it's weird, and it feels funky, and you don't like it. Well, part of changing is doing something that you don't like, something you're uncomfortable with, something that pushes you outside of your comfort zone. As soon as you get past that, and honestly, you will, through the daily habit, it becomes less weird, less funky, and more comfortable to do whatever that thing was that was uncomfortable in the beginning. So you honestly have to do these weird things in order to get where you want. It's just that small sacrifice, that weird little moment. And I'm just going to use the gym for an example. Whenever you first start going to the gym, you're looking around at everyone. You don't know what you're doing. You're like, what is he doing over there? What is she doing? Everybody looks like they're in the zone. They know what's going on. And you probably just feel like an outsider when you first start going. But you keep going. You keep trucking along. And then the next week happens and you're like, oh, okay, I've seen somebody do this on, Instagram before. Okay, and the next week. And then, oh, okay, I know how to use this machine. Oh, okay. And eventually that weird feeling goes away. It then becomes more of a routine for you, and you become comfortable, and you're noticing a change in your body. That's just one example. Plug in your life, whatever you're trying to change. Okay, the 4th step, this is actually really important, is to get an accountability partner. So depending on what you're changing, for example, fitness, a lot of people have personal trainers. That is an excellent accountability partner because you have to answer to them. When I was personal training, we had weigh-ins, and I would literally sit there and be like, okay, this is our last weigh-in, and I would look at our body fat percentage, I would look at lean mass weight, everything in there, and I would ask them, okay, we haven't changed. How's your diet? What are you doing? Are you drinking enough water? Are you getting enough sleep? And we would go through and dissect each part of their lives. And if they weren't changing, which their body wasn't changing, so something wasn't happening right, so we would dissect those. Having that accountability partner in your life will help you dissect the parts of your life that you might think that you're doing something good and that you're changing, because my clients would go to the gym. They were going, but they weren't changing in their other lives. When they leave the gym, they wouldn't change their other habits, and so their body wasn't changing with them. So really, we need to have that accountability partner. Monthly check-ins, weekly check-ins. If it's business related, you can have an accountability partner saying, hey, in a month, I want X goal to happen. And you can check in weekly and say, I did this to make this goal happen. I did that to make this goal happen. And that person is supposed to be your biggest cheerleader. So whether that be your best friend, it can be a business partner, it can be your spouse, whatever it is. An accountability partner, get one. They are huge, huge supporters. The 5th tip I have is to tell your friends and your family so that they can support you. So aside from having that accountability partner, so your accountability partner is going to be more of like the good cop, bad cop, right? So they're still going to support you, but they're also going to come back and be like, yeah, but you didn't do this, or okay, let's tweak this. Your friends and family, aside from accountability partner. So accountability partner is not a part of this group. These people are going to be your biggest cheerleaders. They're going to be cheering you on. They're going to be on your side. They want to make sure that you succeed with whatever this goal is. So in conjunction with your accountability partner, your friends and family will be there to help support you and guide you. I hope that this video has given you some clarity and has given you some great ideas on how to change and accomplish your goals. So get out there and do what you gotta do. Have a lovely day.